My name is Jen Housholder. I am a UH-60 pilot for the U.S. Army Reserves. After college, I went straight into the Air Force as a lieutenant, and the majority of that time I got to be a flight test engineer at Edwards Air Force Base, working on the F-22. I flew the little TH-67s, the Bell 206. That was what I learned to fly on, but transitioned to the Black Hawk. So flight school was an amazing experience because for the first time in my life I felt like, I stepped into what I was created to do. I hope that more people get that opportunity to step into whatever it is their dream and their desire and passion, but I got that opportunity. It was just this amazing gift. That was my dream, to be a pilot. I had, originally a fighter pilot, but I'll tell you what, flying helicopters it's just a lot of fun. Halfway through my flight school, my commander calls up and says, "Hey, we're going to Iraq when you get back." So I went straight from, I finished flight school, got my wings, and now I'm getting ready to prep and go to combat. You're in a foreign land, you're in combat, you're away from your family, you don't get to dictate your schedule. I had many more good experiences in the military than I ever had of bad experiences. So it wasn't so much that, but it was all of that turmoil from the childhood that got triggered. And so, in a sense, going and deploying and knowing that I'm doing a mission, I'm doing the thing I feel like I was called to do in life, that was a huge resource for me. That gave me a reason to live. So in a sense, that was good for me. I needed a reason to live because I didn't have the answers yet on how to heal. I hadn't stumbled on that stuff yet. I went to see a counselor, doing the talk therapy, engaging friendships, family, continuing to stay healthy every way I knew to just stay engaged in life, which I see the value now of when you're really building that resilience in your spiritual, your mental, your physical, and your social aspects of your life, that's what gave me what I needed to weather the storm. I had a suicide note. I had a plan, what I was going to do, because I was at this place where I had tried so long to try to work through, to separate myself from what happened to me as a kid, and it was like the past would not let me go. I came to a point of crisis, and all I can say is it's a miracle that I made it through that deployment, through that experience, and I have to say it was because of those resources in my life, and that's the value of engaging and investing in resilience in those areas, because that's what enabled me to weather the storm long enough so when I got home and I met Jan Click, who is my counselor, when I met her, and she told me about the Community Resiliency Model, the Trauma Resiliency Model, showed me various types of therapies and techniques to help me work through that trauma, explain the science behind what was happening to me, and that's what began to shift everything in my life. So when I was stuck in that high zone, anxiety, there would be, I'd have feelings of panic. There was a lot of irrational thoughts, like the world's gonna fall apart on me, something's chasing me, just this panicky survival kind of reaction. And that's kind of where I lived. I didn't know, I had tried the whole mind over matter and pushed through the pain. But what I realized about, and this is what I learned with the Community Resiliency Model, is that when you're keyed up like that, or you're down in that low zone, you don't respond to words, to the verbal, you respond to sensation. And so when I learned to begin to track my body and learn when I'm keyed up, what does that feel like? And then when I'm in that resilient zone, in that even keel, what does that feel like? And then learning certain skills to be able to move me back into that resilient zone, and I'm affecting the nervous system. And that's what and I didn't know that that's why I had all that why I pendulated between those two places. I had no idea that was because my nervous system had been dysregulated. I don't think I ever had a regulated nervous system until 5 years ago or 4 years ago when I started learning these skills. It affected my work. I performed better, had better social connections. You don't make good decisions and perform well when you're in one of those two places. You just don't. Because you're missing all of this other important information. You're kind of acting in that survival mode. It takes work, and it takes commitment, and every day using these skills. The Community Resiliency Model takes that commitment because this isn't an overnight quick fix, and it's a lifestyle. So it takes that, but it is absolutely possible. We don't have to stay in that place of pain. We don't have to stay in that place of hopelessness.